Hey y'all, welcome back to the Smoke Dungeon. DB here, and we're rolling along with Tiny Mini March, y'all. And check these out right here. These are some clan elementals. I painted them up like ghost bears, y'all, so they can ride on my ghost bear Omnimex and get dropped off and murder some stuff. Like I said, Tiny Man March. In March, we're painting nothing but things that are smaller than 28 mil. And these dudes, I believe, are 8 millimeter, just like Legion Imperialis. And you'll see I did these guys slightly different. One, they're painted up in my Ghost Bear scheme, which is primarily two contrast colors. It's Griff Charger Gray, which is going to be this blue-green. I don't even really know what the hell color you call that, y'all. What color do we call that? Is that a blue? Is that a green? I meant it to be a blue. And then Basilicum Gray for their legs. And you'll see on these dudes, as opposed to my tiny Space Marines that I painted the other day, these guys I went in, dude, I'm banging into everything here. I'm shaking. Shit is so tiny. It's hard. You'll see on these dudes, I actually went in and I threw just a dash of red on their eye lenses. And I felt like they were actually... I didn't do that on my Space Marines. I didn't paint their eye lenses, y'all. I know, blasphemy. But on these ones, I felt like this red was much easier because the way the eye slit on these suits is, you could just go in with a brush real quick and throw it in there. And then I believe these are small lasers on their hands. They're supposed to be on standard ones. I guess they could be flamers or machine guns. There's a million different kinds of elementals now. But back in the day, I think they were just two-shot SRM and then a small laser and some jump jets. So I painted the laser not Basilicum Gray, Black Templar contrast. This was before I didn't use Black Legion, which is the new contrast paint, black, and I feel like covers a little bit better. Gives you a little bit more coverage. Then I went in, the bases are painted like almost all my Battletech bases. They are with textured GW paint, y'all. And then I went in, this is the smoke on the back here. Let's take a look at this. This is Apothecary White, I believe is what it is. And then up in here, I just did, fire, y'all. We did red, we did yellow. I threw a little bit of orange in there. Just like, blah, fire, fuego, burning you up, coming out the back. The weird thing on the fire as I shake everything is, on some of these dudes, you'll see I went down a little bit farther than others. These models are, I actually, I'll be honest, y'all. I slept on elementals for a while. Didn't really care for them in my Battletech. Thought they were just like, okay. I don't know. Like, they weren't really my thing. To me, Battletech was like giant robots smashing each other. You know what I mean? Or like shooting lasers at each other. But sorry, I needed a drink of the coffee. But eventually I was like, you know what? I'm going to paint these dudes up. And I actually played a game with them. Alpha Strike game, I'll be honest. Not regular Battletech. Alpha Strike. And these dudes are actually cool for holding objectives and stuff. If you're playing an objective-based game. If you're just playing like a kill game, I'm not really sure they're any good. Maybe they will be a little bit better when there's a lot more vehicles and stuff that's available for Alpha Strike. And yeah, I know you can 3D print your stuff and, download unit cards, all that kind of stuff. So in that respect, they probably already have a purpose, right? But as far as I'm concerned, when the mercenary box comes out, I think these guys will really come into their own, because you'll have more vehicles in the game. You'll have regular battle armor from the inner spheres and stuff. And I'm just really looking forward to it. This is another one. You see, the weird thing is, these dudes, I will say this much. They are, they came in a 5-star elemental pack, a 5-unit elemental star pack. And then I believe you get 2 bases, which was kind of strange, in the Clan Invasion box. But I guess if you go online, you can find unit cards for these dudes where it's actually only 3 battle suits, 4 or 5. So I don't know. I really like these dudes. I enjoyed painting them. They were definitely different than the Space Marines that I painted. Just because they're a little bit more spread out on the base, if I'm being honest, which is cool because you get the jumping guys. So you can actually, whereas the Legion Imperialis dudes, I like paint them on the sprue. These dudes you can paint on the base because you could get a lot of, the way these dudes are lifted up in the air, you could get around and into the back of everything pretty good, which I thought is pretty cool. One thing I thought about was actually cutting some of the smoke trails off of these dudes, like making this guy just walk on 1 or 2 bases. Because if you look, when it's 5 bases and they're all the same like that, I don't know, it just strikes me as weird that the guys in the back are all the jumping ones. You know what I mean? Like, why isn't one guy in the front over there jumping? Or like a little bit more variation in mixology is, I feel like would be awesome. But I also wasn't really trying to do that because you got to cut them off the base and then rearrange them and glue them. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just painting some elementals, dude. And the one thing I did, I think it's this base where I left it because I wanted to see opinions on this. And I know my light is shit. But on this one, part of me wasn't really feeling the white smoke on some of these guys. And then I went on this dude and I made 1 gray and 1 white. And I don't know, clearly after looking at that, I think I like the white better. Because the gray just blends too much with the actual gray of the elemental suit's legs. But yeah, I don't know. These models, pretty cool. They have a lot of flash on them, like a lot of the and mold lines and stuff, like a lot of the catalyst stuff. It's a little bit more predominant on some of these dudes because of the smoke and whatnot. But I don't know. I still dig them, you know. And I think it's dope. You can throw these dudes, like I said, you throw these dudes on an Omni mech, bum rush an objective, throw them down. And then dudes like, yo, you got mechs and you got these dudes in the objective. Like, what do I do now? You know, I feel like that's where they're really good. They got jump jets too, so you can get them on top of buildings or in terrain, all kinds of stuff like that, which is really cool. Oh shit. The worst, dude. I just knocked the whole camera. Yeah, man. What a bummer.